Good morning, over 50 TV land. And I think that's what I'm going to start calling it now, over 50 TV land. I'll only do it, probably will only say it, over 50 TV land on a Sunday morning at about 10:30, which is what it is here in beautiful, rainy, warm Cleveland, Ohio. So welcome everybody. Welcome to the program here. And I am live today. I'm live for a big reason, a huge reason, a major reason, and that is last month, 271,000 of you out there, 271,000 folks tuned in to Over 50 TV. Gotta say, it wasn't a record, but it was close to being a record in terms of how many people decided they were gonna grace me, you know, sincerely grace me with their presence and watch some of the videos that I produced here. Got thousands of comments, lots of folks out there who were complaining, I guess complaining, or at least telling me their story about how difficult it is to get a job when you are over 50 years old. So I thought what I would do today, is just kind of follow up on a video that I just uploaded to YouTube, but also address that concern about finding a job when you're older, but also give you some advice, some tips. And that's what I'm going to do here today. Before I go any further, though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to do me a big favor. Do us a favor, okay? Subscribe to Over 50 TV. Subscribe. Show your support. Give a thumbs up when you watch this video or some other video out there. It does help the YouTube algorithm. It gets my channel out to a lot more folks. And that, to me, is very, very important, because our dedication, our commitment here is to help people, to provide career tips, job tips, and also retirement tips. And to do that every single week to help an audience that we believe in. It's me. It's my good buddy, my business partner, Scott Ernst. I call him Pittsburgh Scott, because we're committed to helping folks. Kish Townsend, maybe some of you have seen her, whether it's on this channel or on my other channel, Side Hustle Rules. So anyways, subscribe. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking you to do anything else other than subscribe, watch this video to the end, because it's going to be helpful to you. So I started out by saying that there are a lot of folks who tell me, quite a few, in the thousands, in the tens of thousands, who tell me, Lou, ageism is just killing me, man. I am just tired. I've been looking for a job. I can't find one. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I hear it all the time. So here's an idea for you. Here's an idea that fits all of us perfectly. Now, it's a two-part idea, so please bear with it. It's a two-part idea. One is to consider a job as a teacher. Now, it could be in the classroom or it could be online. Now, there are lots of jobs out there, according to a woman who I just interviewed. Actually, I interviewed her a couple of days ago. Her name is Teacher Kelly. Her YouTube channel is called Teacher Kelly Tag. You should check it out. Also, check out the video that I posted. I'm going to pull it up here just so you can see it. I'll pull up the thumbnail anyway, just to show it to you. It is called Teacher Kelly. There are so many jobs out there. She says there are so many jobs out there. You will not have to worry. You will get a job. And, lots of you out there are probably thinking, man, I don't want to be a teacher. I don't want to be around kids. I don't want to be around children. Do I really want to do that? Well, there are other options for you. Why not consider getting a job at a community college, or maybe at a trade school? One of the viewers who watched this video that I put up here, this video that I just showed you, one of the people who watched this video sent me this comment. Let me pull it up just so you can see it. This guy says, I'm assuming it's a guy. He says, great video. A friend just turned 60 and was offered a job teaching aeronautics at a local college. He does not have a bachelor's and never finished his associate's degree. He was hired upon reference, and 40 years as an airplane mechanic. This was wonderful news. He's having a blast teaching. Let me leave this up for you, my friends. Just check it out. He was hired upon reference in 40 years as an airplane mechanic. I can't imagine the kind of money this dude's making. I can't imagine, but I'm sure it's pretty good. I mean, if he's 60, maybe he's not yet getting Social Security. Hopefully he's not, because I think you got to be the minimum age is 62, right? We all know that. But you want to wait till at least 60, 65 and a half, 66 before you file. That's another story completely. But the point is, excuse me, the point is this: there are opportunities out there for teaching, and it doesn't have to be in a school with children. It could be with adults, it could be at a trade school or at a college or somewhere where you can make some money. But Teacher Kelly, man, she just said it. And she said, check out that video. She says, there are so many jobs out there. You will not have to worry. You will get a job. And I always preach here. I preach, man. I preach what Jay-Z says. He says, I'm just trying to give you $1 million a game for $9.99. So I just try to give you $1 million worth of game and say, become an entrepreneur. Start a side hustle. There's links in this description box here, my friends. There's links that will talk to you about how to start a side hustle. So start that. But if a lot of folks out there say, Lou, hey, I don't want to start a side hustle. So you know what? If you need a job, you want a job, you're 50, you're 55, you're 60 or older, like the guy I just showed you up there. He's like, got a friend who got a job at a college, making probably, like I said, decent money. Now, when he gets his Social Security, his other benefits, maybe he's already getting retirement, he's probably rolling in the dough. He's probably got the cash coming in. And you could be that same kind of person if you just decided, hey, man, I'm going to check it out. I'll look at it and watch Teacher Kelly's video, the video I just posted up there. Check it out and see. But here's another comment that another viewer sent me, and I'd like you to see it. I'm just trying to offer up an option, an idea here, which is what we're dedicated to doing, giving you options, giving you ideas, telling you the best side hustle. But check this out. Okay, just check this one out. Here, I'm going to pull this up here. This is from another viewer, Queen Bees 456. And Queen Bees 456 says this: if you're looking for work as an elementary or high school teacher in the more competitive states that pay well, it's not easy, but it's possible to find work. However, if you just love teaching and salary isn't a priority, it's easy to find work over 50. It's a very stressful job, especially in the past several years, she says, or Queen Bees 456 says. I'm assuming it's a woman. She says, but to be honest, the better teaching jobs in educating children prefer younger teachers. So that's what she's saying. I mean, they prefer younger teachers, but she's not saying they won't take people over 50. And she says they will take people over 50. So why not look at this? If you're looking at a job, you can't find work, and you're thinking, what, I'm gonna do this. But let me give you some other reasons. And I'm asking you, I'm hoping I'm keeping your attention here, because I know with YouTube, sometimes folks will stay out for a few seconds, a few minutes, and then they're like, I'm going to get going here, man. I got something better to do. But there's nothing better to do today, I don't think anyway, this morning, than to listen to this. So here's some other reasons. Teacher Kelly says. She says, you don't need a degree to hook one of these jobs. Now, I asked her in the interview, I says, you don't need a teaching degree? She says, no, you can get one of these jobs. You apply. If you have a 4-year degree, you can apply. And what'll happen, you'll get hired. And then you can apply. You can go ahead and get your teacher certificate or what other credentials that you need while you're working. She says, if you don't have a degree, you can still apply and maybe get a teacher's assistant job. And you can still be making some good money, some decent money here. And some of the monies that she threw out and mentioned, because I really pushed her on this, I pressed her on it. She said, I asked her, how much money can somebody make? She says, well, maybe the low end, like 30. I think she said she had a friend who's making 32,000 or something around that. But you can make 50,000 up to 100,000 in the really good school districts. And how many folks out there watching this video would turn that down? I mean, if you can't find a gig, but if you're looking for a second career, why not even consider this? And the other option, and Annie Shenanigans, one of our viewers here, somebody who I really respect, who writes me all the time, gives me lots of great comments. Annie says, why not look at a job like an online teaching job? Remote teaching gig is what she actually said. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm going to be talking about that at some point down the road here, because maybe you don't want to sit with, in a classroom with kids. Maybe you just want to do it remotely. So that's another option for you too. But think about making 30 to 100 $100,000 a year. I mean, that's not chicken feed, especially the 50 to 100 grand. Especially if you're looking at that and adding it to the income that you already got coming in. So I'm going to say it's something that I think is really available to a lot of you out there. And again, you don't have to have a degree. You can be working towards a degree. You can be working towards a degree to get a gig like this. So that's all I got for you today, this morning, this Sunday morning. And I'm looking out the window here, and you know what, man? It's dark. Not dark, but it's just overcast. It's warm. It was raining all morning. I got up really early this morning, like probably 5:30, I think, which isn't really early for me. But anyways, that's another story. So what am I going to ask you to do again? Subscribe to our channel. Also, there's some links in there. If you're watching this video, you got to the end, you're saying, I'm still not sure what I want to do. Well, here's a suggestion. I've got a Career Fitter has a career aptitude test. There's a link there. It's free. There's a free version. There's a paid version. I'm an affiliate. So just let you know that. But check it out. If you are not sure what you want to do, fill it out. Check it out. Do the test. It takes just a few minutes. I think I took it, but I think it was 11-minute test. And it definitely hit the nail on the head when it came to the kind of job that's best for me, which I'm happy to be doing right here. All right, my friends, I'm going to be clicking out of here. I'm going to be hitting the music in 2 seconds as soon as I can find it. Other than that, all I can say, have a great day, everybody.